everyone, and welcome. I am Abigail, the ultimate guru, and with me is my co-host, the world's only comedian, Bryden Proctor.
Hello.
You don't have to worry about a thing because we are here to help, and we are back. It's so exciting.
No,
We're
wait.
back.
This isn't
What?
We're Back. This is one of the backup episodes. Remember?
What? Yes. Is this not going to be the first one that we post? Are we not
No.
doing it in order? So you're
No,
telling
these
me
are
that we're going to
for
have.
these are for if you get sick or something, remember?
I thought that we were just going to do it in order and have
I guess we can do
okay.
that. That's a good plan. We can do that.
I mean, so we don't get mixed up because now I'm already confused.
Well, that's neat that you have like zero fucking reading comprehension because we've discussed this several times.
No, we did, and I know it's the backlog, but I thought that it would start in order.
I mean,
So
that's
that
fine.
because we reference old episodes, people are gonna get confused.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can do that.
Someone listened to the Christmas episode, the Christmas special that we put out as like their first ever Here to
Oh, that's
Help
not a good one.
episode. And he was like, I think I like the dynamic, but I don't know what's going on. And you didn't even do like advice. It's just all like lore stuff. And I
Yeah,
kind of feel like I have to listen to a year's worth of podcast to understand what was happening.
pretty
It's
much.
like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's better usually. Sometimes we stay on topic.
Yeah, that wouldn't be my introduction episode for anybody.
No. But he liked the vibe.
Well,
So that's good.
I don't know.
That's something.
All right, yeah, I'll just make this. What is this, episode 79 or something, and then we'll just
Yeah.
have. That's fine. Yeah, that's probably easier to deal with. So it's
That's the way to do
February.
it.
Of course, that
It's
means like
February.
any current event things that show up that week, we're not going to be able to reference because it'll be behind.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah,
None of this makes any sense
that's why we
because I was
record
going to
these.
talk about the Jew tunnels.
Yeah, you can't. That's
We
gonna
can
be
talk
old.
about the.
That's gonna be old news by the time. So we just record these. These sit there, and then the new weekly episode we start recording when we post. So
Can we
this is
talk
just
about
an
them
evergreen. Yeah, we talked about.
a
This
little
is
bit?
it's January 10th, 2024, and apparently Hasidic Jews have been building tunnels under their synagogue, and they got caught.
They got caught, but it's funny because there are posts with timestamps and dates on them of people on Twitter saying, "Look, I know this sounds crazy, but I swear I can hear Yiddish or something being
I
spoken
don't.
under my floorboards."
I don't think that that's real. It's not people, it's person, and I don't think that that's fucking
beside the
real.
point. That is hilarious,
It is
though.
it is funny, but I don't think that that's real. Have you seen the actual tweet?
No, but I've seen various screenshots, like different people had screenshotted it.
Oh
Like you
man.
could tell it's from different.
Yeah, nobody could fucking fake that. And
So all of them were doctored?
yeah.
You're starting to sound crazy, like a conspiracy theorist
No,
right now.
I'm just telling you, unless you can find the actual tweet, I don't believe it.
You can't
You're the
tell
same
me.
one who believed that Donald Trump said if Joe Biden gives you limits, he kills you with them.
The world would be a better place if the things that I delude myself into believing were true.
Yeah, it'd be better for your kids too, because you somehow keep telling people you're a good mom.
I'm a great mom.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't tell you the egg story. So I was supposed to make them like various types of eggs for breakfast the next day. They asked me to before bed, and I said, yeah, of course you can have eggs for breakfast. That's fine. But we forgot about it. I forgot about it. They forgot about it. So I made them waffles, and they ate waffles, which is a special treat. But later they remembered that I had broken my promise. And
Yeah.
instead of just coming and telling me, like, hey, mom, do you think maybe we could have eggs for dinner? They made protest signs.
Wow.
But not just protest, like they didn't write on them. They have letter stickers, okay? So it looks like, like freaking magazine clippings or something because they're like big bubble letters that say, we like eggs and make us eggs and we want eggs now. And like one of them had like covered up her face with them and couldn't see where she was going. It's like a mask. And my boy, my youngest, the picture I took of him with his I love eggs sign taped to his shirt with scotch tape, He's like he's making this face like a 90s teenage like movie guy like checking out a girl's butt. Like he's like, like in
Wow.
the picture. It just says like, I love eggs. And they're like chanting, "We love eggs. We want eggs. Make us eggs. We're not going to stop till you make us eggs." And
Good
so I
Lord.
look at them and I said, "This room is private property. Do you have a permit?" And you talk to my middle child. She's my rule follower. You know, she manipulates instead of disobeying, right? And she got so sad. Like, I thought she was going to cry. And she stepped out of the room beyond the doorway. And I just kind of, I saw her pause and think for a second. And she turned around and said, "We're protesting from here then. We want eggs. I want eggs."
Wow.
Like, and there, I go out of the room and they have rows of stuffed animals, and some of them have signs too. And so
Jesus,
there's
dude.
this giant protest outside the office door where I was. And I've got this like SWAT mask, like a police, like surplus gear, like a police helmet with the face shield and stuff. So I was wearing that. And anyway, obviously, eventually I gave in and made them their eggs. But it was so funny.
Sounds to me like
That's
you're
how I parent.
sounds yeah, first of all, playing with children is not hard. It's not a job to be a mom. But secondly, sounds like you're raising a bunch of pussy liberals.
Yeah. I don't know. Right wingers protest too. It's just usually
they
the
don't.
National Guard gets called in.
Yeah, what do? They
People
smash
go
their
to jail.
they smash their Keurig machine because Sean Hannity doesn't get advertisement anymore.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy Bud Light so that I can dump it out on camera.
I'm gonna shoot
I'm so smart.
Shoot some Bud Light. Good old Kid Rock there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like a different type of tea party. I stand by the fact being a mom is not a job, but also this is how good we are.
It's not
We
a
probably
job.
should hang on to those Dear Abbeys then for the actual shows that are coming out right away.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There you
Okay,
go.
well, we're just gonna not do any Dear Abbeys then.
Because
I've
it's
got
one
a
of
lot
the.
of them.
If you're hearing this, and you might have already figured it out, but I know some of you guys are a little slow. This was recorded on January 10th. I don't know when you're listening to it, but I'll bet it was one of the days that Abby decided she was sick. I'm doing air quotes. She was sick and couldn't record. How many fucking times a year does that happen?
It happens a lot, and usually I just record anyway, and by the
No.
time we're done with the bonus episode, I've got a fever again because I've worn myself out with all my talking.
Oh, do you think that maybe it could also be because of the drinking you do while sick while on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my husband says. He says, "Abby, do you know that the alcohol is not helping you get better?" And I say, "What, you think Mucinex is going to help me right now?" Like, leave me alone with my hot toddy.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I drink when I'm sick usually, unless I'm really sick, like super sick, and then, just don't drink.
I only drink when I'm sick if I'm on the show because it's just you gotta have one drink with your podcast, you know.
Yeah, not
And then
this
you have
month
to have
though.
Another drink.
Because if you're listening to any of these backup episodes for the next fucking few weeks, it's dry January. It fucking stinks.
It's dry January.
I
He
hate
does
it.
such a good job every year, though. He ruins the podcast for an entire month because everyone likes Drunk Bryden. Everyone likes that by the time we get to the bonus episode, you can't understand a word he's saying.
It's true.
And Abby's just going, "Look, I don't know what you're saying to me right now, but..."
Pay the big bucks for that, man. $1 a month.
That's what people pay for. Yeah. Hopefully people will come back, by the way.
Yeah.
Because he took that break.
We'll see. I don't know.
It's going to be bigger and better than ever.
No.
And now I have no idea when I'm supposed to go, "Yay, it's our first episode back," and we celebrate. But we'll figure it out.
In February when we start posting them again.
Okay.
That's
that makes
like,
more
how
sense.
do you not get? It's fine. Just do the show. Good
because
fucking
I'm a little
God,
bit
dude.
retarded.
Yeah, I can
okay?
tell.
I have for our first. Okay, that's disgusting. That's disgusting, and you're ruining the show already. We just start back.
I'm gonna start peeing in Gatorade bottles on the show.
No, don't do that.
I've done
That's
that. I've
disgusting.
done that on like streams and stuff. Not like with the camera on, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
hope not.
I've like pissed in Gatorade bottles before on like big long.
That's that's for the Patreon. The 1776 tier.
Yeah, I'll send you a
Watch
bottle of it.
Bryden pee. There you go. Instead of selling my bathwater, we'll sell Bryden's pee.
Something people would actually pay for.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're just gonna do voodoo rituals with it.
well, I mean, maybe I don't know what voodoo is, to be honest with you.
It's it's dark magic
I guess. I mean,
from
you got
the black people of
they
the Caribbean.
yeah, they play with like chicken bones and dolls. Like I don't really fucking get it.
Well, you can get one on Etsy. I know that.
Oh yeah, I
We
remember
talked
that.
about that on air.
I remember
It's
that.
so funny to me. You go to Etsy to get voodoo curses.
Yeah.
Ah, I really hate this girl at work. I'm gonna go to
I
Etsy.
mean, yeah. Fucking
Curse her entire family.
all these goddamn people making money on the internet, and I can't fucking figure out one goddamn angle.
Yeah.
It
I
sucks.
figured out some angles, but all of them would probably require me to show my face.
Gross.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see that. I'm saving that for our first live show. It's gonna
Yeah.
be the big reveal. Everyone's gonna go, ah! It's gonna be real good.
I know why I like this show. It's two dudes.
Okay. Time for our Reddit advice segment, everyone. Are you ready? From r/random thoughts. Holy shit. I have a huge ass.
What?
To start this off, I'm a guy. Sorry, weirdos who were going to ask for nudes.
And that's not gonna
I-
stop like half of Reddit.
Yeah, they're all gay.
Yeah, I mean,
They're like all gay. I think
Yeah.
that's what it's for. I've just noticed how fucking fat my ass is. Like, no joke. Back in school, some girls joked
Yeah.
saying it's bigger than theirs, but I always thought it was just a joke. It wasn't.
How did he like not notice that he's a fat fuck?
Apparently, he doesn't own a mirror in his home.
I mean, does he own chairs?
That's a good question. There's a lot of questions that I have here. You'd never notice.
Been on a flight before, fella? I mean,
Ridiculous. Maybe he's like also fat, but I don't know because then why would you notice the giant butt?
yeah, I mean, like if he's walking around with like a Nicki Minaj ass and he's just like a guy my size, that's well now I would want to see it. I'd be like, all right, you
Yeah,
gotta.
there's
that's,
no pictures.
That's fucking odd. I need to see that.
It's funny that this was tagged not safe for work. There's no pictures or anything.
Well,
Like it's just
Some people, they got works that probably don't want the words "I've got a fat ass" on their browser history. I could see that.
maybe so. It's not really that much worse than just having Reddit in the history, though, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably not. It's a time waster website. I think they don't let you do that sometimes at
No.
these places.
Oh my goodness, I heard a story about a workplace where they had like cameras in the building, obviously, but they were pointed at people's computers to catch them watching YouTube and
Wow.
stuff. It's just some guy came up with it, and it didn't take long before the boss was like, "You can't do this. This is not how you're like tracking people."
Just look at the
Anyway.
fucking history. But whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And besides, I put on like YouTube in the background while I'm doing work all the time. Like,
Yeah,
You know.
a lot of people are just listen to podcasts and stuff. I'm sure some people are listening to this at work right now.
yeah, maybe.
You should unplug the headphones and let everyone hear our just beautiful voices. Don't we have such great voices?
I have a gun at work.
Start the countdown.
I am a drug dealer.
You can buy Kratom at no, do not.
Kratom's
Today,
not a drug.
oh, okay. Yeah, and you're not addicted.
No.
No.
Not
That's-
even a little
yeah, and
bit.
yeah. And today I happen to be standing sideways next to a mirror. You just
Just
happened
happened
to
to
have
be.
encountered a mirror.
It just happened to be. It was mirror. It was weird. I went to the carnival and there were all these mirrors everywhere, and I noticed, wow, I've got a fat fucking ass.
It's just amazing that this is like a special occurrence for this man that there is a mirror.
Yeah, well, it can't even be that big if he's just like not passing storefronts or stuff like that and like catching and glance. Maybe he's just not as big of a goddamn narcissist as I am or whatever. I can't drive without like checking myself out in the rear view mirror.
Oh
You
my
know, I take
gosh.
a look.
See,
I'm like,
I
how's my
don't do
mustache
that,
doing?
but I will check myself out like walking by a storefront, like with
Yeah.
the glass there. I will just be like, how do I look now? Okay, am I still doing good? Okay, we're good.
I mean,
Like,
one of the greatest things ever is like when I moved to this new place, we've got like a big whole fucking to the ceiling mirror wall, and it's like, I stand in front of that a lot, just looking,
yeah,
just
just looking.
admiring. I'm like, check out that guy. What
It's
a
because you're a narcissist.
yeah. I mean, I say that I'm confident, but
Mm. It's a little obsessive, I would say. Like, I see where your eyes are while we're doing the show, and it's
yeah,
not looking at me.
no.
Okay, you're not
I,
looking at my side
I
of
check
the
out, I
squares.
see what I'm
Okay.
doing down here, and
Also, I like how my husband is your new best friend, by the
yeah.
way. I just saw your tattoo on your arm, and I just wanted to say, like, the reason I knew that you got the new tattoo was not from you. You're not the one who told me about your new
I didn't
tattoo.
tell
That
you.
was my husband.
Oh,
My husband showed me a picture of it. It was like, look, Bryden got a stupid new tattoo. Look at it. And then a couple days later, he's like, yeah, I was thinking about getting a tattoo. And I was,
hell yeah.
what? Neither of us have ever gotten tattoos. And suddenly you're texting him pictures of your tattoos. And he's like, he wants to get a tattoo. So I'm going to get a nose ring.
Well, there you go.
And that's how it's working out
It's
so far. We're going.
gonna be a big ring.
It's gonna be big. It's like just on a little on the side, like a cute little dainty.
Yeah, but it's gonna be funny when
Like
when you accidentally hit it and you stab your septum
oh my god,
because
that's
you're
gonna
gonna do that.
happen.
Yeah,
I hit my nose on things a lot, actually.
I
Just
totally believe you. You turn sideways,
well, when I
wax a
had did you ever see me do it when I had the microphone on the arm over here, and I would just turn my head and like there's a little you could probably hear the sound of what
probably.
happened because that happened a lot. I'm glad we moved away from the arm
Yeah.
now, a little bit.
So tell me about
Um,
this guy's fat ass.
Yeah, sorry. Today I happened to be standing sideways next to a mirror and I decided to take a look at myself. Oh my lord. There it was. A whole fucking bakery. I stared for a
Mm.
while before asking my friend if I looked like that in real life too. Sorry, I couldn't hold it in. He confirmed it did. I mean, I always knew I was a little over average, but damn.
So what? It's just a random thought. He's not even complaining. He's just like, just so everybody knows, I'm caked up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really an advice thing. I just thought it was really funny. But if I was to give this person advice, I would say, yeah, get a mirror for your house.
Yeah,
It's really bizarre.
how do you go that long? Like he said, like in school, like girls would make fun of him. Like why? It's just you never like what?
How do you get made fun of and not like go home like in high school or even like you go home and check?
Yeah, I would at least.
Because I did when I got made fun of for my freaking nose and my feet.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, that's
Flat as a
they
board,
do
never been
look a
nailed.
little bit like jet skis.
Yeah.
Just that's a good point you made. That's fair. I'm not even going to be upset about this right now.
I think it is good that they made fun of you in school and that you carry these insecurities throughout life.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's great. It's good.
Yeah.
My sense of self-worth and my self-image is completely accurate. I'm sitting here just so freaking mad because I don't understand how my pants are growing. Because when I look in the mirror, I look fat.
Yeah.
I look the same. But this is 10 pounds later. This is a size down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look the exact same to me. And it's their fault.
Well, it's
so
like-
stupid. Those annoying bitches.
Well, like when fat people lose, like a 500-pound guy loses 100 pounds, he's still fat as fuck. So you gotta think about it like that. Is that you're fat?
Yeah, I'm fat,
You're
and
fat.
I'm losing the weight.
Yeah. Well, we'll
I'm gonna
see.
lose more
All it's
and
gonna
more. I
all it's gonna take is just a few weeks of me bullying you, and then out comes the ice cream and Cheetos.
no,
Yeah.
I don't. No,
Yeah.
I'd rather just never eat again.
And just eat and then
It's terrible.
purge.
No, have I told you about the time I tried that and I got like turkey in my nose and it hurt for like days? Dude, that my whole face hurt. It's like bulimia is not for me. Tried it once. No, the food was not worth it. Okay.
Bulimia is fucking hilarious because one, it's just a waste of fucking, it's a waste of food. But then, like,
It
two,
is.
the breath has to just fucking reek. If you're
It
constantly
does.
throwing up, like,
And their teeth rot. And
yeah,
like my teeth, I already have bad genetics. I'm like English. My mom was a crackhead. Like just my teeth are fucked
yeah.
already. I don't need to be bulimic.
Bulimia is fucking hilarious. I think that it's good that women have d- total fucking delusions and then just throw up until they're dead. I think that's pretty funny.
I don't think it's funny at all.
I think it's pretty
That's why
funny.
it's a disease.
It's not a disease. It's just hoes being crazy is what it is.
Well, hoes are going to be crazy, but they're not all crazy in that way. And that's why it's a disease.
Well, maybe if America had a little bit more bulimics in it, we wouldn't have the obesity problem. Because
That's
now this is a fun fact, 70% of the fat people in America are bitches.
that's true, but they're not bulimics.
They should be.
Well, it would help them. I'm hoping they'll all go on Ozempic.
I can't wait for Ozempic when they find out that it's like not good for you at all.
No, there's a 20% chance of gastroparesis, which is this really horrible thing. There are new therapies coming out all the time that can kind of help you with it, but like you can't just cure it. Your stomach gets paralyzed so that it doesn't digest food anymore. So it just sits in there and it can cause like all kinds of pain and like just your body is wrecked at that point because food does not move through it properly. And so it's like a 20% chance of that. But if you're in the 80%, just get
20%,
skinny.
20%'s pretty fucking high, I think.
I think it was 20. I might be wrong about the percentage, but it was something like that.
Well, I made up the
Some high
70%.
percentage.
I just made that up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, ain't no fact checking on this show. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
But
That's what producers are for.
you know,
We
I
don't
found
have
out.
one.
Speaking of fucking bullshit, you probably shouldn't do. I would
What?
never do it anyway. But the LASIK crap, I didn't know the
Mm-hmm.
percentage of it like making you blind is that high.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
don't. Do you freaking? Oh, I told you about my eye thing. So like, I know about these things. Okay. No, you don't just go and do that. Wear
fuck no.
glasses. Okay, wear glasses. Unless you're already gonna go blind or something. Like
Right.
your vision is so bad that you're legally blind. It's not worth it. Look, don't mess with your eyes. Trust me. I know. I know.
Eh.
Okay. I did. I mean, I had to. Don't do stuff with your eyes.
So that's some advice. Look, we're back giving advice. Yeah, don't get LASIK.
Mm-mm. No, it's not worth it.
I mean, and also it's like they do that in the back of Kmart's now. Like it's, I, I mean,
And every doctor that wants you to, like, doctors will sell it to you because it's money. You go to a freaking doctor that does it and say, hey, do you think I'm a good candidate? Like, is it worth the risk? They're going to say, yeah, you're a great candidate
do
and
you
it's
have
going to cure
insurance?
you. And it's going to be like, yeah, it's great. Because they want to operate on you.
Yeah.
We understand this when we talk about the high C-section rate in this country. Every mom will tell you that there's unnecessary C-sections because it gets the doctor in and out quicker and they get more money. But nobody thinks about it when it comes to other things.
C-sections are probably a good idea because it doesn't, ruin the goods.
It doesn't ruin the goods anyway,
It
okay?
does,
The
though.
human body is a beautiful work of art created by our Lord, and it's perfect and it functions so well that it doesn't ruin anything. And also, you don't think it ruins someone to like be cut open
No, you just put like
and have their organs cut open?
no, you just like put some concealer over that scar, and
Uh-huh.
you're
Yeah.
good. Instead
And
of
then there's
having
a
a
1% chance of uterine rupture with every pregnancy from then on out, and it's going to get higher if you have a bunch of C-sections. And 1% is a pretty big chance when you're talking about your organs just bursting open.
Nah, 1%, that's fine.
That's fine.
Because then you can be like, when it doesn't happen, you can go like, we are the 99%, right? So you'd be good.
That would be good. Yeah.
Yep.
Just LARP as commies.
I mean, no, it should all be C-sections. There's no way.
That's so stupid.
Nah.
That's like there's no argument to make against that because it's just retarded. You're just
It's not.
stupid.
No reason no reason to ruin your body, ladies.
Yeah, no, it doesn't ruin anything to be cut open
You know
through
who-
multiple layers and through organs.
You
Doesn't
know
ruin nothing.
you know who I always hear says, no, it doesn't ruin anything? Dumb hoes that have had a person jump out of them.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not a dumb hoe.
Okay.
Okay.
When did you get pregnant again? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I married the father of my children, all right.
Yeah, you trapped a good man.
Yes, I
His
did.
dreams died.
His dreams are freaking fine. He's not the one trapped in a house 24/7.
Yeah,
He could leave anytime.
You said he was working late. Yeah, okay. Working. Okay.
Do you think that? Okay, look. I've been to the Christmas parties.
Mhm.
I am hotter than every woman he works with. 100%. I am hotter and younger than most of them too. Okay.
Well,
I don't have to worry about that at all.
maybe.
I go to the Christmas party, everybody's like, "Who's that?" It's great because of like a model
Are you
walking
sure that
in with my 4-inch heels. I'm freaking taller than everyone there. I probably shouldn't have worn the 4-inch heels. I think I scared people.
Are you sure that they're not saying who's that because he never talks about you at work? They're like, oh, who's that?
I mean, I hadn't really considered the possibility. No,
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So,
like I know what I look like. I look great.
didn't you just say that you
Little
didn't?
fat, but
Yeah, little fat.
Little fat. 20 BMI. It's too much. It's too much. Okay. We're going to move on to the next story. My fiance is reconsidering our relationship over a sandwich.
Well, we'll hear him out.
They are 26 and 24. It's the man writing this. Next month, we'll have been together for 3 years. We've been living together for 11 months, and I proposed 5 months ago. The situation is absolutely absurd to me. So you've been living together for 11 months and proposed 5 months. Don't you think that you should, never mind, it doesn't matter. I just don't understand why people live together before, a promise is made and you're, entangling bills and stuff. It just seems like a logistical nightmare when you break up.
Well, see, Abby, I'm guessing both
if you
of these
don't
people
plan to marry, that's different.
I'm guessing both of these people have jobs, so they're probably just splitting the bills down the middle.
Yeah, maybe so.
So,
But then who gets it in the breakup?
well, I mean, the lease is up next month, so I don't know. They're going to figure it out.
I guess so. A couple weeks ago, my fiance asked me to get a takeaway because she was too tired to cook. She's an A&E nurse. I think that's a emergency room nurse. A&E.
I
No?
don't know. A&E biography, The Walking Dead.
I don't know. She's a nurse and was still recovering after having had coronavirus caught from the ward at work. I went to Greg's after work. I had a voucher where I would get a second free sandwich identical to my first order.
Nice.
I ordered us tuna crunch baguettes.
That's not for me, but okay.
I like tuna sandwiches and tuna melts and stuff, but I don't think I've ever ordered one.
You just found it? What do you mean? I like tuna sandwiches. I just found them.
No, I don't order them at restaurants. I make them myself.
Oh, okay.
I make it at home.
So you're just like, you know what? I mean, it just fucking. I was at the Gap the other day and just,
yeah,
fucking tuna sandwich.
They're in the trash. If you know where to look, you just get them off the street. All right. Where was I? I forgot that she's allergic to several types of fish and shellfish, including tuna.
Uh-oh.
I want to know how you've been together for 3 years and have been living together for 11 months, and 5 months ago promised to spend your entire life with this person, and you forgot that she's like deathly allergic to fish.
He didn't say deathly allergic, first of all. So
No,
stop
but
putting
it's
fucking
something you
words
would
in him.
remember,
Not necessarily.
right?
Not
You'd
necessarily.
see like fish sandwich, maybe not.
No,
Is he
maybe.
kissing her with
Maybe.
fish lips?
We don't know that he has fish lips. Now,
He has fish
we don't
lips.
know that. See, you always do this with these stories. You immediately just start injecting your own fucking insecurities and bullshit onto people. Now, listen,
Tell me how you eat a tuna fish sandwich and don't get fish lips.
listen, fish lips. Let me finish my point here. It could be that he never orders tuna sandwiches. He's just like you. Think of
I
that.
doubt it.
Yeah, you're
If that's
right.
his first choice here, no, I
He
doubt
doesn't
it.
have fish lips.
He has fish lips, and he ate the sandwich, and that's already a problem because he goes to like give her a smooch, like, hey, honey,
Why do you think that
smooches her
she's
on the
de-
cheek when he gets home, and suddenly she's got a big old rash on her face.
What makes he has not even said anything like that about and you also went from deathly allergic to now it's just a rash. Why don't you let him just go ahead and finish what it is and then we'll find out. It seems to me like she's overreacting. It's a sandwich. You go, shucks. And then you get a new sandwich.
But he's lived with her for 11 months. Like, this is something you should know.
Not necessarily. I mean, how often are they eating
It's
tuna?
very careless to forget something about like
I'm
this.
pretty
Like, it
sure
just shows you're not paying attention.
I'm pretty sure if she was deathly allergic, then he would know about it. But if it's like, it
Mm.
upsets my stomach or I get fish lips or whatever, then then it's not that big of a deal.
She's not the one with the fish lips. Okay, he is. It was an honest mistake on my part, but she flipped out. I offered to cook for her. I was going to let it go. He was going to let it go that she freaked out.
She shouldn't
That's
freak
okay.
out. It's a sandwich.
I was going to let it go because she was just getting over being ill, but she was still mad the next day and left our flat to go stay with one of her
Ew,
mates.
wait, pause, gross,
They're
British.
English.
Fucking sucks. Hey, how's she gonna be British and not eat fish and chips, huh? Don't they like that?
Maybe she's Pakistani.
Yeah, that's true. They got a lot of them in there.
They do. It happens.
And it would explain
Besides,
her short temper.
Besides the tuna, she was also upset that I couldn't recite her usual Greg's order by heart or order her from another. Wait, sorry, or her order from another one of our regular takeaways, even though she knew mine. She has a
Okay.
better memory than I do because she needs it for her work. So what? We still have another page if you want me to keep going, but
I don't see
yeah.
how that's a big. You can't be expected to remember all it. Sounds to me like she's on her period.
Sounds to me like he doesn't pay attention and he
So
doesn't
what?
care.
You don't have to pay attention to a sandwich order to love some broad.
I feel like if you love someone, you would pay attention to things like this.
I cannot for the life of me ever remember Erica's birthday. I
Yeah,
have
that's
it on my
bad.
calendar.
Yeah, but that's like a date. Like that's numbers you're forgetting. You're not like have you gone? Okay, what does she order from what's a place you guys go to? Freaking Applebee's. What does she order from
We don't
Applebee's?
go to Applebee's, so I don't know.
Okay, I thought you did. We had a
No.
whole freaking thing
Are you
on the
confused? Are
show
you
where
confusing?
we talked about how much you like Applebee's. No,
No.
was that Chili's?
It's fucking Chili's, you
Fucking we
idiot.
talked about getting drunk at Applebee's and getting kicked out,
Getting
maybe.
drunk? Yes, that did happen to me. Yes, it was fun.
Okay. It's fine. What is her Chili's order?
I don't know. You get different stuff all the time.
That's a good
Like the
deflection
burgers are
there.
good. You know,
Burgers.
it's
Mm-hmm.
got like they got the best chips and salsa, but they give you those for you know showing up if you got the app.
You know what's funny? Have you ever been at a restaurant with a bunch of people and someone's like, it's endless, right? Like we just get more chips for free, right? Like multiple times to the waiter. It's like, look, yes, but you don't. Why are you pointing it out? Like,
That's never happened to me.
it's happened to me.
Well, it's the trash that you hang out with, I guess.
It's not even as the richest guy at the table. It was really bizarre.
I mean,
I guess that's how you build money. That's how you get well.
just
You
eating.
just eat chips for dinner for
Damn.
free.
I do want some Chili's chips and salsa though. They've got the best.
Good,
They're
good
so
salsa.
thin and
Hmm.
salty. I
Good.
like it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see why she's this mad about it. I think she's just in a bad mood.
Well, she's going to tell you why. She hasn't returned and says she's reconsidering our relationship over a sandwich. She says the sandwich is just a symptom,
Oh
but that's
God,
absurd.
that is
How is
absurd.
it absurd? Why is that absurd?
Because
It's an indication it's of a bigger problem that there are other aspects to.
okay, then don't make it about a sandwich. Not everything has to be some dumb fucking Riddler puzzle.
Well, she's explaining that it's a symptom of a bigger problem. He's the one focusing on the sandwich
Then
because he's downplaying it. Like, that's the thing. It's from his perspective, his point of view, where he's like, it's all about a sandwich. Like, this is ridiculous, right, guys? Like, this lady's crazy,
she
right?
is crazy.
It's not about the sandwich.
I mean, if he was like, I would see she'd be like, oh, I'm going to my mother's and leaving or whatever. If he like brought the sandwich and then like made her eat it or like threw the sandwich at her or
Well, she literally she told him it's not about the sandwich.
I think it's about the sandwich. I think she was just mad that she didn't get a sandwich.
That's what this guy thinks too. That's why he's losing his girlfriend.
Well, he's too good for her.
Clearly. Him and his fish lips. Okay. That's absurd. I made a mistake forgetting her allergy, but I don't believe it's something to end the relationship over. She was disappointed when I got home and told her what sandwiches I bought, but I didn't think it would be something she'd leave over. My family and even my mates say I'm right, and this is absurd for her to be reconsidering because of a sandwich. The one time I spoke to her since she left, she says her family all agrees with her.
Well, oh, I'm
Our
shocked.
lease is, yeah. Our lease is up at the end of next month, and she told me to go ahead without her if I want to stay in our flat. I do love
See,
her.
there you go. I told
I
you they'd
want
get
to
that.
marry.
I told you they'd get that figured out.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. It's easy peasy. I do love her. I want to marry her. It's completely absurd to me that I'm in this situation and I cannot believe it. You can't believe it because she literally told you it's not about the sandwich and you're insisting it's about the sandwich. You said multiple times after saying she said it's not about the sandwich, multiple times you said it's about the sandwich. She said the opposite of that.
I think
She told you it's not about the sandwich.
well, I mean,
You won't listen.
no, that's just like a dumb thing. If you can't be expected to remember what all people are doing and eating at all times of the fucking day, like that's just stupid. Like I I don't know. Like sometimes, like if I get real drunk or whatever, I can't remember Erica's middle name, and I have to go. What the
Don't say
fuck
that
is her
out
middle
loud.
name? Oh, she knows. I told her that today. Uh, I mean, I knew what it
You're not supposed
was.
to admit that. You're
Well,
supposed to lie.
what? No, I'm just being honest because communication and honesty is what makes a relationship work, right? So,
Okay. That's a good point. You're right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That just seems fucking stupid to me. She seems like a real see you next Tuesday, if you ask
Yeah.
me. I mean,
Because you're a
cunt.
man and you're insensitive and you don't understand what it's like to have a guy just never paying attention. He supposedly loves you, doesn't even know you're allergic to fish.
She's probably not even allergic.
It's possible.
She's just making shit up, dude. She wanted another reason to leave. That's all it is. She's just a cheating, lying whore. That's what I say.
This is a giant bottle. You just have such huge bottles of water.
Yeah. I
That's just,
try to go through one of these a day.
yeah, that's good.
I
It's
was
very
almost-
healthy. I'm very proud of you.
I was almost done with this one. I had to fill it up before we started.
That's impressive. That's no wonder you have to pee so much.
Yeah. I gotta pee right now.
Well, just hold off, okay?
I'm gonna
We've
get a
got-
Gatorade bottle.
No.
Yeah, you should see how big the
No,
other bottle
you
is.
were just telling me right before we started recording, everyone. He was telling me that if I ever have, another baby, I better never, ever talk to him on the show while I'm breastfeeding. And I was like, no, I would turn the camera off. You wouldn't even know. And he's like, No, don't you ever do that. And he's talking about peeing in a Gatorade bottle.
That's different. One of them's natural. The other
No,
one is just, outdated.
that is, you are so
Just,
terrible.
just give them formula. They grow up.
That's every single time there's like a breastfeeding modesty debate on like Christian Twitter about whether women should be allowed to like leave the house while their babies breastfeed. You know,
Wait, leave that?
Men
Wait,
get
what?
on there. Yeah, like there's this whole thing like it comes up every few months on there where it's like, you shouldn't be leaving the house long enough for your baby to need to eat again,
What?
basically, because you shouldn't be doing that in public, and you should just go to the bathroom or to your car if you are in public and you need to feed your baby, like
Sure.
that kind of thing. And then we're talking like even if you're covered up and stuff, like not okay is what they say. Because the men will always go on and say, well, I don't whip my penis out and pee on people in public. So why should you get to every time without fail? This is like an earnest argument they're making that they don't whip it out and pee in the middle of a restaurant. So why should you be able to breastfeed your baby? And you just did that, but like the reverse.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think women should be breastfeeding out in public. You can go in the other room and do that.
What room?
The
What room?
bathroom. The ladies' room.
No!
Why?
I'm not sitting in a disgusting public toilet stall feeding my baby.
Why? You're making the whole restaurant disgusting by, fucking breastfeeding.
That's retarded.
No.
Everyone likes boobs. Nobody actually
Not
believes
in
that.
that context. It
Yeah,
ruins
doesn't
them.
matter.
It
It's
ruins
fine.
them.
Yeah, it does. It
That's
does
not what
ruin them.
that's not
But that
what they're
doesn't matter.
for.
That's beside the point. That is what they're for.
That's not what they're
And
for.
they're supposed to be ruined, okay? That's the natural state of woman. They're supposed to be totally destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny what happens to. I think that like if there is a God, it's hilarious that he like just hates women.
Just hates me mostly, to be perfectly honest with you. I think this is all like, 7,000 years ago when the earth was created. This is all just like, look, I could forgive this Eve bitch, but someday there's gonna be a lady and her name is Abby. We're gonna screw her. That's what we're doing.
If there was a religion based on that, like I'd sign up. That'd be
I
cool.
believe that. I think a lot of people online would actually.
That
There's
would
a
be
lot of
great.
people. One time I did one of those things where it checks like how many accounts have you blocked,
Mm.
and it was just like it literally wouldn't load. I was like, what?
Damn.
Like it doesn't even work for me. How many could it possibly be that it won't load?
I mean, you are wildly unpopular even with our own fan base. So
No, they love me. They just pretend they don't because they're trying to do the bit, right?
no,
It's just a bit that
no,
they hate me
they
and they're
actually
mean to me.
no. They send me messages and they're like, "When are you gonna ditch all that extra baggage and go
No,
solo?"
I've seen the YouTube comments saying like, "Why is she here? Like, go back to that other guy." Who is this lady? I hate her. Her voice sucks.
Can understand it, especially when you start being gross on the fucking show.
I'm not the one being. You're the one being gross all the time.
I don't see it. No, everything I do is perfectly natural. This is the human body.
Your body is the most unnatural and disgusting.
What are you talking about? I'm totally natty, dude.
You're like lumpy in
Yeah,
weird ways.
I'm a little lumpy. That's true.
Bizarre. It's just bizarre. Okay. Do you want to do one more story before? Let me see.
I want to make fun of you so much for having the Christmas tree up still, but so's mine.
Yeah. It's just I wait until I'm like, okay, this is embarrassing at this point to put them up. One, because it's a pain in the butt to like take all the ornaments off and put them back where they go. But also just it's festive, it's nice, and it's like an extra light that's not like a glaring bright overhead light. Like it's just like soft ambient lighting.
I was
So I like to just keep
trying to
them up.
convince Erica to just leave the tree up all year.
I don't see why not.
We'll just have a
Some
tree.
people do that.
Just have a tree.
Some people do that. I know my neighbor was not my neighbor. My friend was telling me about her neighbor that keeps her tree up year round just because like nothing like goes there normally. It's
Yeah.
just like an empty space. So just she just leaves it there.
I don't know what the fuck's
All
gonna go in
it's
that
fine.
corner now. It's just gonna be
Yeah,
an area. So
doesn't hurt anything.
I'll pile up a bunch of cans or something.
You could make a Christmas tree out of cans.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to do one more story before we close out this episode, everyone. It is from Just No Mother-in-Law.
What the fuck is that?
It's the board for complaining about your in-laws
Oh,
and
so,
like, oh, my mother-in-law is crazy and blah blah blah.
so it's just like a whiny woman thing.
Yeah, it's like mom forum stuff, but on Reddit, which is way worse because it's like these same boards like complaining about your in-laws and getting advice exist on mom boards, obviously. But the ones on Reddit are just lame and dumb. Like I need to go back to Baby Center for this topic because at least there's like excitement and like people are getting arrested and like there's like attempted murder. And oh my gosh, I wish I could find some of my old ones. I used to have screenshots up like years ago from when I was pregnant with my second kid. There was this lady that was like deathly allergic to coconut cake, like coconut,
Oh, that
like just
sucks.
deathly allergic. And so her mother-in-law, every time she had a birthday, would make her a coconut cake and like try to force her to eat it. And her husband's like, no, get that away. And she's like running across the room, like, yeah, you can't touch me with that. Like, it's just like,
Damn.
where's my EpiPen? Like, I can smell it. Like, it's, yeah.
If you're that allergic to coconut, like, I don't know if you really should be passing on your genetics.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think so, right? I do think that sometimes, actually, about people that just have like a ton of allergies and they're really sickly and it's like potentially genetic stuff.
Yeah.
Just think like, no, there's like, you could adopt.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, you can't avoid coconut your whole life.
Right?
It's just gonna
I mean,
happen.
you can because you'll die the day you don't, but
When was the last time you saw a coconut in the grocery store, though?
I in the grocery store, not very often. I don't know if it's like seasonal or something because I have bought them at the grocery store,
Right.
but I don't usually notice them.
I haven't
Uh,
seen one in a grocery store forever, but I'm never looking for them because like coconut is cool if it's like shaved and on a cake or whatever, but just getting a fucking coconut, even coconut water is good, but just a
Having to
fucking
do it
coconut,
yourself is really terrible.
yeah,
Like just trying to poke a hole in it and trying to like break it open. Have you ever like so you got the milk out, you got the water out, but now you have to like break it open and scrape the coconut
yeah,
from the inside if you want to eat the meat. That's terrible. Every time I've done it, I've regretted it.
yeah, that sucks. I don't know. Growing up, my dad would eat coconuts a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
I like coconut stuff. Okay. So this afternoon I stopped in to Panera on my way to get my Christmas mani-pedi. I was 2 bites into my soup when two older women, maybe in their 60s, sat down at the table in front of me. Oh, shoot, I remember this one. Okay. So the point of this one is how fake it was. I don't know if that's a good thing to close out on. I'm sorry, I'm ruining the show. I
Yeah,
know.
what the fuck else is new? We're already a
I
week
am.
behind.
I'm ruining the show.
We were supposed to start
Hmm.
recording these last week, but
Yeah, I know, but I had freaking COVID. It's
you
just
didn't have
awful.
COVID.
I did. I had COVID, okay?
COVID.
You're just so
Shut
mean to
up,
me.
jackass.
You shut up. Do you want to talk? I really wanted to talk about the Jew tunnels, but
Well, I mean, there's probably going to be more tunnels.
I really hope so. I was so excited. I was like texting my friend about it today. I was like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" And she's like, "Yeah, what's going on with this?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. They just do stuff.
That's going to
Like
be,
I think they just do things. Like they wanted a bigger synagogue, I guess.
yeah.
Like they just wanted more space." And I was reading about it, and they literally like they were digging tunnels, and they just found an old basement down there. So like not all of that was excavated by them. They like accidentally knocked into a
Somebody else's
basement that was
property.
already there from like 100 years ago that had like gotten closed off before the building over it was built on top or something. So it's like an isolated basement. But so they like dug tunnels to get to this already existing basement. That's a pretty cool discovery, honestly. They
I
were
mean, that
probably
is.
super excited about that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Do you think the Hasidic Jews were thrilled about a free room? Yeah, I
Dude,
think
they
they
were
were
so
happy.
happy. But I would bet they were just like, well, if it's connected to the synagogue, we could just call it part of the synagogue, and like that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, you need permits for that shit for a goddamn reason.
Oh yeah, well that's why they're in trouble, and it's getting all cemented up. It's like, just oh
It's
my
some
god,
wild one. That video of that guy crawling out of the sewer thing. It's just that's gonna be on the internet forever.
and he just looks so upset that someone's recording him coming out.
I
It's like,
mean,
well, it looks bad. It looks real bad, dude.
it's
Can't
just
be doing that.
that's pretty funny. I mean, that could have been real dangerous too. That shit could have collapsed. I mean, that like,
I read that people were saying that the reason they like went looking was because there were buildings kind of sinking nearby
yeah,
a
that's
little
no good.
bit. They like disturbed the ground too much, basically.
Yeah, that sounds right. Good lord.
How
It's
much
just
time do we have left? It's not the
uh 10 minutes.
Okay, good. How do you get Tetris out of your head?
Well, like the song?
No, like the game.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Keeps
but there's
thinking
the
about
song.
Tetris.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
he means the whole thing, the whole shebang.
What?
I was really bored today at my uncle's circumcision party
Okay.
and played. It was topical, okay?
All right.
My uncle's circumcision party.
Is it the uncle that's being circumcised, or
Yeah.
is he just doing
How
planning them
old is
out?
your uncle? It might be like the sort of thing where like you're the youngest child and like they're no, you're like the oldest child of someone and they're like the youngest child of someone, so your uncle is actually younger than you. Like that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
I knew a girl in high school whose uncle was our age and we were just all friends.
Huh.
Like
Yeah,
exactly the same age. They were born within a few months of each other.
that's I don't know. Yeah, there's some.
This is my uncle. Like, what?
It's an odd one, but yeah, it does happen. I've heard of that happening.
So yeah, I was really bored today at my uncle's circumcision party and played Tetris for like 30 minutes on my Game Boy Advanced. And that was hours ago. And I got Tetris stuck in my head. All I can think about is Tetris. I see Tetris pieces falling. I can even play games of Tetris in my head now. I played a game of Tetris in my head and cleared dozens of lines before I snapped out of it. What's going on and how do I stop it?
Uh, I don't know. Just stop thinking about it. That's a
Seems
weird
like you
problem.
can't.
I mean, that's a weird problem to have. You might have like some obsessive, compulsive type of thing going on, or
Yeah, it's maybe like OCD or like someone slipped something in his drink or like
at the circumcision party.
at the circumcision party someone spiked the milk. I don't know, man.
I, I mean, how long has this been going on?
I don't know. I'm assuming from like the tone of it, just like a couple days max.
I
But
mean, a
like
couple days is still.
this guy's taking the whole like shape rotating in your mind to meme a little far here. I feel like playing games of Tetris.
I mean, just play more Tetris, I guess. I don't know.
Play a different game.
Yeah.
Like
play
what's
different
something
game.
more soothing that's not gonna make you like feel crazy for playing in your head? Like play some Stardew Valley.
Well, that seems
Which
way
is
more
like now
complicated.
you're a farmer. Then if you're like imagining farming, you could just go make a garden outside.
I, I don't. This is an odd one. I don't think I've ever encountered. I have Tetris stuck in my head. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even that great of a game.
No, I mean it's a good game.
And then also, like, if you're playing it in your head, then you're coming up with the shapes anyway. So it's like you should just be able to win.
Yeah, well, he did say he cleared dozens of rows.
Yeah, but I can do that in real
So he's doing
Tetris.
pretty good. Yeah, it's not very impressive.
It's
You
not
should be
impressive.
better at it in your head for sure.
Yeah,
Because you could just, decide what piece is coming next. It's
you
not
would
like
think.
randomly generated in your mind. That's not how brains work.
Well, like now I'm worried I'm gonna get Tetris stuck in my head because that's all I'm thinking
You
about
might.
now.
Yeah. I mean, can you do it? Can you sit here and like I could do it, but I'd get bored.
It does sound
Like I
boring.
can do it, like I'm doing it, but it's just not fun.
It seems more boring than regular Tetris,
Yeah.
like by a lot.
I just put Tetris on my phone.
Yeah.
What's
There
he
was
doing
like,
with the Game Boy Advance?
yeah, that's another thing. That's an odd one. Did you hear about there's that kid beat Tetris?
Beat Tetris?
Yeah.
Does it not just like go on forever?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it was a 13-year-old kid, but yeah, it does go on forever until the game crashes. And yeah, he beat it.
And the game crashed
Yeah. He
just
was
because it couldn't do it anymore?
right.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
Well,
on
that's
video,
cool.
but it's some like 13-year-old.
Yeah, that kid's got OCD or something. I don't know,
He's
man.
probably got tism for sure.
Something. All right, everybody. We are going to do another one because I believe we have some more time,
Five
but I'm looking
minutes.
for a short one. I'm looking for a very short one. That's a recipe. That's not.
What the fuck are you doing?
Okay. Am I the asshole for well, it's a recipe for
Recipe for a
taco soup.
boring podcast. That taco
Taco soup.
soup.
I'm doing a good job.
I
Tell
don't
me
think
I'm
so.
doing a good
You're
job.
not doing a good
Okay?
job though.
Doing great. I'm
Yeah,
really good at this.
you know, it's fine. Luckily, this is one of the backup episodes, so
Yeah.
they'll
It's
know.
okay for that's the good thing about doing these as backups, I guess, though, to just kind of scatter randomly when we take breaks, is that we have time to kind of warm up before we do the big premiere.
Yeah,
We're getting back into the swing. You'll be drinking again.
yeah.
It'll be great. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my date that he shouldn't call himself a Harvard alumnus?
Well,
I
maybe.
matched with a guy who had Harvard alum in his bio. There aren't too many of those in my small Midwestern city, so I suggested that we grab some coffee. So this woman thinks very highly of herself because she went to Harvard, is the vibe
Was
I'm getting right
gonna.
off the
Yeah, I
bat.
was wondering if
Like,
she's a Harvard person or if she's just kind of like looking for a doctor or a lawyer.
anyway, my date started off wonderfully. We had many shared interests and spent a good 30 minutes talking about them. I started talking about my amazing undergraduate experience at Harvard and asked him what he
Uh,
concentrated in. He gave me a blank stare. After a moment, he said, "Oh, I finished a web dev certificate from the extension program." After some Googling, I discovered that anyone can finish the web dev certificates by paying a $6,000 fee and taking 3 online courses. Then I asked him, "Why are you calling yourself a Harvard alumnus?" When people hear Bobby went to Harvard, they assume that Bobby has an actual degree from Harvard, not some certificate that holds no real weight.
oh well, it apparently can get him some poon.
Yeah,
So
got you on a date.
yeah.
Like, that's why men put anything in their bios on a dating app.
She should
At
have known
all.
when it was just like him holding the fish on a boat with some
Yeah.
gym shorts on. Like,
Anyway, my date got up and left, but not before he said, "This is why most people can't stand people like you." I've
yeah.
gone over our conversation multiple times, but yet I can't see where I said anything wrong. Where did you go wrong? You went wrong by being a snobby bitch.
I
You
mean,
told him his degree holds no weight.
to be fair, she does kind of have a point, but you know,
I think
it's
everyone should do this. Everyone should just go to the extension program on the Harvard website or whatever, however you do this, pay $6,000, call yourself a Harvard alumnus. That way these people have to be annoyed.
what's the difference between an alumnus and alumni?
One is plural,
Okay, that makes sense.
right?
Probably that makes sense.
It's like Greek, not Latin,
Mm.
right? I don't remember. But yeah, no, these people are just so freaking stuck. I hate anyone that like volunteers to talk about their education or degree or something. And I like it's so freaking annoying. I have a story about this actually from my time on the mom forums. There was this lady who anytime she disagreed with someone would say, you're obviously uneducated,
Yeah.
right? Like, you're so stupid. You obviously don't even have a degree. Like, I bet you didn't even go to college. And then it comes out later, I found out this lady in the mom group was a middle school Spanish teacher.
Oh boy.
Her degree was like a 2-year thing to be certified to teach Spanish at a middle school. And this lady was so freaking stupid. She was always wrong, and she was always calling people uneducated. And then one day she starts posting about how, like, clearly, like, why would she need to worry about, like, after birth, like, pads, or like some women wear Depends, like the diapers,
Ah,
because
because you
it's a
shit
whole
yourself.
mess. No, it's blood. It's just a lot of stuff for
Gross.
like weeks. She said she was gonna free bleed.
Oh no. See, that's some liberal fucking feminist
Yeah,
nonsense.
she's stupid. These people are always stupid. Like, people who just obsess over the fact that I have an education and you don't are always just like sad, dumb people.
It is pretty funny to think about just some middle school kid trying to goddamn learn Spanish, and then there's just this fucking free bleeding cunt.
Obese too, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's always who I think of. Like, anytime someone starts going on about how, like, well, I have a degree and I don't think me, which you'd be surprised how much I encounter that. As soon as some lady that has like a freaking associate's degree at a community college finds out I'm homeschooling my kids and only have a high school diploma, like, you start hearing about it
yeah.
immediately about how I can't possibly teach, fourth grade math because I'm so stupid because I didn't go to college
But I
and
agree.
stuff.
I agree with that person that you are stupid and you can't teach
I'm
fourth
not
grade
stupid,
math.
and I can teach fourth grade level math. In fact, I teach fifth grade level math
Oh
this year.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Order of operations. I call that PEMDAS. I don't know if you've ever heard of PEMDAS
No. What the fuck
before,
is
Bryden.
PEMDAS?
It's the acronym for what order you do the order of operations for an equation in. You've never
Okay.
heard that? It's just like
Mm-mm.
easy to remember because you made it into a word. There's a couple of them that are taught. It's just parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction.
I hate you.
PEMDAS. I'm being helpful. Okay.
That's
See, you're just so uneducated that
apparently.
you don't even know about PEMDAS. Okay. I
I.
clearly am smarter than you.
I mean, those poor kids.
My kids are fine. I haven't heard a peep out of them in a long time though. I hope they're alive.
Yeah, that's concerning. They're making more
Okay.
signs.
I bet they are. Mom, pay attention to us. We're not going to stop chanting until you come out of there and talk to us.
Might be the case.
We want attention.
Yeah.
We want mom. I like mom. Well, that maybe not the last one.
Yeah, probably not. But
No,
you
they're
know.
mad at me because I made them clean up their rooms today. They're very angry. I'm surprised I didn't get another protest over that.
Well,
Not happy. Mom, it's not fair. Why do we have to clean it up? And I just said, honey, did I make the mess? Well, no. Would it be fair for me to clean it up?
yes,
Well,
that's your job.
no.
That's your job.
No, you don't understand how bad it was. I'm not doing it. It's their room. They need to clean their own rooms.
Well, all
And on
right.
that note,
Yeah,
we are out of time
I
for
gotta
today,
pee.
folks. But you can find us uh, on patreon.com/here to help podcast, where you can pay as little as $1 a month to get 3 bonus episodes a month. That's a lot. For $1, that's a pretty good deal. Do not leave. No, don't leave. We have to close out. He's not even going to say bye. Okay, he had to pee really, really bad, and I wouldn't let him use the Gatorade bottle. So everyone, thank you for listening. You can follow me on Twitter. It's OctoAbby with an I. Bryden's no longer on Twitter, and I don't think he's coming back. But you can find him on YouTube, Bryden Proctor. That's where we post these, and also on any podcast feed. You could just open up your podcast app and search for it and find Here to Help. It's got a clover and a flower on the icon. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a great week. Secure in the knowledge that we are with you and we are the only ones you could trust are here to help.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to cut that out.
Do you want me to redo the outro?
Um,